Oh yeah. So this is the quattrovolante xeno, and it's spelled XENO. And this is a 3-inch. It comes in two choices of the thicker one for 1306, 1407 type motor, and there's a thinner one for 110X type motor. This thing is thick too. It's really, really solid. I'm really happy about that. It's super solid. So looks like 3mm thick. Pretty cool design. I really like these. They're gonna add that extra support for the arms, you know. Pretty awesome. Let's measure it real quick. So that is 3, a little bit over. Let's motor to motor. It's about 150. 150 on the money. Kind of big. I guess it's a stretch. It's definitely a stretch. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit bigger. See what else we get. Oh, sweet. I was hoping that he would send me one of these. Oh, look at that. These are nice. I don't know if you get 2 of these or if he sent me a spare, or I don't remember what it said on the website, but I think this is for a HD cam. These are nice though. They're really nice. But I'm not sure if they're the same material, where I wasn't very happy with. If you watch my video on what was it? The quattrovolante Libero 2.5, I think. Yeah. The canopy that came with that, it broke really easily. It just was cracking when I put the screws in and stuff. So hopefully this isn't the same stuff, or that doesn't happen on this. But I ended up messaging him and paying him to send me another one in TPU, which was 1,000 times nicer. I don't know why he doesn't just use TPU. I mean, I wouldn't even mind paying, you know, however much extra to get TPU canopies. But anyway, nice side plates. They look like they're maybe 1.5mm. Yep, 1.5. You get arm protectors and a bunch of screws and the front piece. It's kind of like the Libero, but just in how the canopy goes on, and then that front piece and stuff. Let me show you. Yeah, so this piece, let's see, which way is the front? Probably this way. I don't really know though. I think, yeah, that's the front. Okay. So that goes there, and then the side plates lock into place, kind of like the Eclair. Okay, so something like this. I did notice that he actually made this front piece a little bit better. He put a standoff through it, which is really nice. So it's a little M2 metal standoff. The older frames, like the Libero, did not have that. It just had pointy screws that screwed into the 3D print part, but this will be much better. So that's what it'll look like. Man, this thing is badass. I like it. Really nice. And it looks like it has, oh, and then the back part, you can just use a standoff, and you could use a standoff for the front too if you wanted to, but I think it looks better with this piece. And then these just go on the arms, protect the arms. They're not TPU, they're hard. And it looks like there's plenty of room in here for the stack. I was kind of wondering about that because in the Libero there is just no room. I mean, you got to be a pretty skilled builder to build the Libero. So this one looks like it has tons of room, and we'll check how tall you can go. Around 25 millimeters, which is a lot for a stack. Yeah, a little over 25 millimeters, so that's more than enough room for your 4-in-1, your flight controller. Even a VTX could go on the stack too if you had something like the FX3 or something like that that mounts on the stack, you know. So yeah, plenty of room. And then besides that, you know, the stack is right there in the center. You got all this room in the back here, even some room up here. Yeah, just tons and tons of room. I mean, this thing has more than enough room. So yeah, I'm gonna be building this up. I showed those Avenger motors. Those Avenger motors are going on here with the IS-100 stack, I think, and I think a Monster Micro and a Unify. Pretty sweet frame though. I really like it. I might have to get one for myself. Here it is, partway built. Also putting this bad boy on there. This is that shit, what's it called? I don't even remember the name of it. Devil buzzer? Hellgate buzzer, that's what it is. Motors went on lovely. Avenger 1507 4100 kV. And I showed how that has two different holes for the motors screws, using the 12x12 with the M2 screws. With these arm protectors, everything fit fine. The C-clips on the bottom, they spin freely. So with these motors, you know, it's fine. Sometimes I have to widen the hole on the arm protectors for the C-clips to spin freely, otherwise the motors just don't spin right. So on this, it was totally fine. Got the Speedix IS-100 in there. Even with these thicker wires, everything fits just fine. As long as you kind of keep the wires off to the side from where the pins from the flight controller plug into the ESC, then it's all good. Yes? Alright, that's it for now. I gotta get my daughter out of the bath. So, got it almost finished up. I gotta do a few, you know, touch up in things that you need to do when you're almost done, like zip ties, stuff like that. I just noticed something though. I was trying to figure out what I should do with the antenna, like zip tie it up or something, because, you know, I don't want to just leave it sitting there. And I remembered on the Libero 2.5 inch, it had this slot, and it has the same one on this one. It has this slot in the back of this top piece. And this one is even an upgrade because it not only has the slot, it has these two holes, and it comes with this little piece. So I can stick the antenna up in this slot and then put this over it, and it's going to hold it up in there. And that is just awesome. Really awesome. If I don't lose this piece first. Let me see if I can put this on here. When I saw this piece, I was like, what the hell is this for? So I guess now you'll know. It only has a hole on one side. So I'm not sure what that's about. Is it just supposed to kind of hold it in? Or what? That's pretty good, actually. Oh no, it does need a, it needs a screw on this side too. With a screw on both sides, it's gonna hold it really good, like really good. But with just one side, I mean, it can just come right out. It's kind of stupid. Maybe that doesn't actually go there. I don't know. But that's what I'm gonna use it for. I'm just gonna drill a little hole out on this side, put a screw in, and bam, it's gonna hold that antenna in there real nice. That's pretty nifty. So yeah, here it is, pretty much done. The frame and the build, it went together all so nicely. I mean, look how much room I got. Look at all that space. So much space. So, yeah, tons of room. I got the XM Plus underneath the camera in the front. So the bind button I can easily access right there. You can see it right there. I'm clicking it right now. No problem there. Got a cap in the back, just a small one. Unify Pro on top of the stack, on top of the IS-100 stack. Got the Big Mac antenna. Yeah. Let me finish all the little details and I'll come back and then we'll bind it up and I'll do a little test hover. I think it would look pretty sweet without the bars too, but I do like those bars. I love added protection, and these arms are just solid. I mean, there's hardly any flex at all, and it, you know, it's not. I mean, it's only 3 millimeters thick. It's not 4, and they're super solid, and it's because of these bars. So it's gonna be pretty tough for you. I know you like to break stuff, so hopefully this will last you a while. Man, these motors are so sweet too. These are the 1507 4100 kV Brother Hobby Avengers. They sound great. Can't wait for you to fly this thing. I literally just got done setting it up in I flashed it to Butterflight and just got it bound to my radio. I made sure it armed, and that was it. Then I started the video. So the receiver is up front underneath the camera. The bind button is right here. You'll see it when you have it in person. It's right there. You can see it when you're holding the quad. Maybe not on camera, but it's right there. I'm touching it right now. And then I cut a little chunk of the heat shrink out where the LEDs are. So they're right there in front. You can see them quite well. So you'll know, you know, when it's binding, because you'll have the solid and the flashing LED. You got the Big Mac antenna. The Speedix stack, Unify Pro. You got the Hellgate buzzer, which is badass. This thing is awesome. I'm going to show you how it works. And I don't know everything about it, but I do know how to turn it off and on. So sitting right now, you don't hear any clicking or any beeps or anything, so you know it's off. Okay, so it's completely off right now. If I was to plug the battery in, then it would be on, and the next time that the battery gets unplugged, it'll start clicking, and then it goes off after like 3 minutes or something like that. I don't remember exactly. You can look it up or watch a video on it, but yeah, it'll go off. So that's if you were to crash somewhere and ejected your battery, you'll still be able to find the quad, which I think is the most awesome idea ever for quads, because I'm sure there's so many people that have lost their quads because their battery flew out. Actually, I can't even believe this, but that just happened to you recently. So yeah, this is definitely gonna help you out in that regard. So hopefully you never ever lose this guy, because it would be a sad day if you did. This thing is badass. What was I gonna say? Okay, so let me plug in the battery and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's say you're plugging in the battery to go fly. Gonna arm it. Listen to those motors, oh my god. I've never heard any motors sound like that. That is insane. I love it. Okay, so let's say you're flying around, having a good old time, you crash into something, and the battery goes flying off, okay? Boom. Now you hear that click? It does that for like a minute, I think. I think it's 1 minute. And then it'll start beeping real loud. And then it does some other crazy stuff where like it beeps every so often, and then after a day it beeps so often, and then after 2 days it beeps a little bit less, and then after 3 days it beeps a little bit less, but it still beeps for like 3 days, you know, so it's crazy. So you're almost guaranteed to never lose this quad. But let's say you came into land and you don't want the buzzer to be doing this stuff. So this is all you got to do. You come into land, you unplug the battery, it starts clicking like this. All you have to do is plug the battery back in, unplug it. You hear that? It went beep beep. That means it's off. Okay? So here we go again. You're going to go for a flight, plug your battery in. You go fly around, you're done, you come land, you unplug the battery. Then you got to plug it in just for those first beeps. And then it goes beep beep, telling you that it's off. Okay, so that's all you got to do to turn it off. Pretty easy. Let me get a battery strap. I still have some Uma grip. I'll put it on here for you. I think your 850 batteries that you like to use will be perfect for this quad. And 3S or 4S will be good. 3S will be good because it's 4100 kV, so 3S will be just fine, but 4S will just be insane. So this is a 3S battery. Wow, it is so smooth. That's that butter. I mean, look at that. You barely even have to move the sticks. Oh yeah. So see, I'm done flying. Unplug. You hear it starts clicking. Plug back in for a second. That's it. That's how you turn off the hell gate. Man, this thing is sick. Oh my god. These motors are just perfect for 3S. And I can only imagine on 4S it's just going to be crazy as hell, but wow. I'm super jealous, man. I want to keep this thing. Alright, well, this will be heading your way probably tomorrow. Yeah. Alright.